Ahmed says regarding mental health in wrestling, how did Dutch manage to get through 50 years of his wrestling career mentally? This must have been a lot on him. What did he do to be strong mentally through all this?
Seriously, to put up with the amount of bullshit that I had to put up with and listen to all these things I had to listen to, while it may be entertaining, it is not the best thing for mental health. It is not. Uh, you're around guys that are drinking. This is years ago, drinking, taking drugs, going into the ring, knowing that the guy is drinking, taking drugs, knowing that you could get hurt in these matches, and you were going 7 days a week, and in Mid-South you had double headers Saturday and Sunday during the summer months. It was, you're spending all your time on the road and all your time in the ring. So yeah, it's very, very difficult to concentrate on what you're trying to do. And that's why guys took drugs. That's why guys drank so much, because hell, they were just worn out. And that's why I told you this the last show we did. I went to London, but I didn't get to see anything because I was too worn out from traveling. You fly from the US to the UK, is about 6, 7, 8 hours or whatever it is. By the time you get there, you would just want to go to sleep. Give me a place to crash. And then by the time they threw you on the bus and let's go to the town, let's get back. It's, it's the same. The longest place I've ever been, trip wise, was Mid-South. You would sometimes go from Louisiana, where I based out of, all the way to Oklahoma, which is about 400 miles. But you'd go up there and you do a weekend, you do a Saturday night town, then a double header Sunday, and drive back 400 miles in the dark. And everybody in Louisiana had one headlight and the roads were 2 lanes. They didn't I don't even think they've heard about interstates where I was. So it wasn't easy traveling, and sometimes I'd make the trip by myself. So damn, what I'm saying is not only mental health. I don't know why more wrestlers didn't get killed in car accidents.
Did
With the
you
number.
did you ever struggle to sleep? You get back
Hell
to
yeah.
where you. I mean, was like insomnia a problem for you over the years?
No, 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 no. Because what you do in those territories, you'd sleep when you could. Sometimes you'd be in the car. Between the bullshit stories and the guy smoking a joint and the guy taking a pill, or drinking a beer, I'd try to sleep. But sometimes I didn't trust the guy driving, so I'd have to stay awake. Yeah, it was not only physically but mentally. So, but I was pretty good at blocking things out, or I would never gotten through it.
Did you ever feel at any point, you've been on the road for so many years, did you ever feel like itchy feet when you finally got back home for a while that you just couldn't wait to get back on the road, or was it easy for you to stay home and not want to get back on,
Uh, it,
into the
it,
grind?
it, it was easy for me to stay home. I wanted to stay home, but I couldn't because that's you got paid to make these trips. And it's okay when you're a younger guy. When you get older, and I've seen older guys. I said I don't really want to be in that condition. But in the '90s, when that downturn really happened, all the places went out of business. It was very, very hard to make a living. It really was. So, and I went through that, as most of the wrestlers who weren't in WCW or WWF went through. Well, I think that is my
Yeah,
cigar.
it's following your cigar. Okay, while you adjust the camera, were there any wrestlers who showed a lot of promise that you spent any time with, and they just couldn't hack the road schedule? They couldn't hack being on the road for that long. That you thought they had real promise, and it just didn't work out because it was just too tough, the grind.
Oh, a lot of them. A lot of them had the ability. Had they been trained, they couldn't take the traveling. They just couldn't handle that. Some guys can do it, some guys can't. Some guys that have that wandering lust or the wandering in their eye, they wanted to do it, the young guys. But after a while, the luster wears actually off the business. I came along at a good time. It was like, I call it the golden years between the late 70s and before 85. And I think Vince started in business around 83, 82. And that's when all the little territories started drawing up and your attendance went down. And because you could watch WWE, who would go to a little freak show when the circus is in town?